Montego Bay is the capital of the parish of St. James in Jamaica. The city is the fourth largest urban area in the country by population, after Kingston, Spanish Town, and Portmore, all of which form the Greater Kingston metropolitan area, home to over 500,000 people. As a result, Montego Bay is the second largest Anglophone city in the Caribbean, after Kingston. Montego Bay is a popular tourist destination featuring duty-free shopping, a cruise line terminal and several beaches and resorts. The city is served by the Donald Sangster International Airport, the busiest airport in the Anglophone Caribbean, which is located within the official city limits. The city is enclosed in a watershed, drained by several rivers such as the Montego River. Montego Bay is referred to as the second city, Mo Bay, or Bay. The Arawak tribe of South America are Jamaica's first known inhabitants and were there to greet Christopher Columbus when he ventured to the island in 1494. Columbus named the Bay of Montego, Golfo de Buen Tiempo. The name, Montego Bay, is believed to have originated as a corruption of the Spanish word manteca, allegedly because during the Spanish period it was the port where lard, leather and beef were exported. Jamaica was a colony of Spain from 1511 until 1655. When Oliver Cromwell's Caribbean expedition, the Western Design, drove the Spanish from the island, after the British removed the Spanish rule, along with the majority of all buildings and infrastructure, the colonials established the parish of St. James, which directly influenced the area in becoming a huge contributor of sugar cane. In fact, during this period of British governing, Montego Bay was the largest producer of sugarcane on the island of Jamaica, giving the region more value than originally anticipated. Throughout the duration of slavery, from the mid-17th century until 1834, and well into the 20th century, the town of Montego Bay functioned primarily as a sugarcane port. The island's last major slave revolt, the Christmas Rebellion, a Baptist war, took place in and around the area of Montego Bay. The rebellion set estates and plantations to flame and was the start of a broader political push toward emancipation. Retribution was quickly sought by British leaders and many were hanged for their attempts at revolt. The leader of the revolt, Samuel Sharp, was hanged there in 1832. Recognition was later given, and Sharp was proclaimed a national hero of Jamaica in 1975. And the main square of the town was renamed in his honor. Eventually, Jamaica was emancipated on August 1, 1834, which granted all new children born or children under the age of 6 free, but held individuals outside of that parameter to be apprentices and work 40 hours a week in compensation to their previous or original owners. It was not until 4 years after these restrictions were put in place that all slave and apprentices were given the status of full freedom. After the half-decade emancipation process, Montego Bay and its sugarcane industry took a hit. Therefore, it branched out and took root in expanding into exporting bananas and coffee as well. Montego Bay's city status prior to British rule was debated. However, it had its city status revoked during Jamaica's British colonial period. It was reproclaimed a city by Act of Parliament in 1980. But this has not meant that it has acquired any form of autonomy, for it continues to be an integral part of the parish of St. James. Today, Montego Bay is known for Cornwall Regional Hospital, port facilities, second homes for numerous upper-class Jamaicans from Kingston as well as North Americans and Europeans, fine restaurants, and shopping. The coastline near Montego Bay is occupied by numerous tourist resorts, most newly built, some occupying the grounds of old sugarcane plantations with some of the original buildings and mill works still standing. The most famous is the White Witch's Rose Hall, which features a world-class golf course. The infrastructure of the city is going through a series of modernizations which, once completed, aims to keep Montego Bay as a top destination in the region. The Montego Bay Convention Center, built on a large site near to the Rose Hall estate, was opened by Jamaican Prime Minister Bruce Golding on the 7th of January 2011. The majority of the city's population is of African descent. The city is also home to sizable minority ethnic groups such as the East Indians and Chinese, who came to the country as indentured servants in the mid to late 19th century. The Chinese especially occupy important roles in the city's economy, especially in retail where downtown Montego Bay is home to many shops and supermarkets owned by Chinese immigrants. The city's East Indian population also play a key role as they operate many gift and jewelry shops in the city which are mostly geared to tourists. There is a minority of Europeans, some descending from immigrants from Germany and Great Britain.